Hello everyone, my name is Ephraim. I am an organization behavioral expert. One of the very common questions that I keep getting again and again during my training session is, how can I build trust inside my team? The word build gives you a wrong hope. The word build gives you a misconception as though that you are in total control of a building trust. Remember, trust is something that is offered to you, not something that you can build for your own. Which means you can only behave in such a way that the other person is offering trust to you. So the next important question is, how should I behave? What kind of behavioral attitude will give or will influence the other person to offer their trust? To answer all these questions, I think I should quote a very small incident that happened in Ford in the year 2006. 2006, Ford's financial condition was in deep shit. In fact, the company is months before in getting bankruptcy. So the board of directors as well as the investors, they were all together, they were hunting for some kind of individual who can take over the company as a CEO to turn around the health of the organization. Finally, they end up with Alan Mulally. So 2006, Alan Mulally took over as a CEO of Ford Company. The company's financial status is already in deep shit. For the first few weeks, Alan Mulally went through all the departments to identify the weaker points or the areas where he needs to address. But unfortunately, he was not able to identify any such weak points. So he decided to call all the heads of the department, and then he announced that he is going to conduct a weekly business review meeting with all the heads of the department. Which means every week, all the heads of the department will come together and present about their own respective departments, about the health of the department. And then by saying this, he introduced a color code. This is where things gets more interesting. The color code is all about, while doing the presentation, he said, if your slide is in red color, which means the entire information on that particular slide is a serious thing that needs to be addressed immediately. The second color he introduced is an yellow color. If your slide is in yellow color, which means there is something that needs to be addressed, a slightly of mid-range of seriousness. If the slide is in green color, which means there is absolutely nothing to worry about the data inside that slide. So after giving these three color codes, Alan Mulally came for the first review meeting, and he was surprised to see all the presentations from all the heads of the department is filled only with green color. But everybody inside that room knows the company's financial status is in deep shit. But then Alan Mulally asked, I'm not expecting such kind of all green slides. Can you please tell me what is going on inside your departments? In spite of his repeated advice and behavior, all he got after 3 months is every meeting, all the heads of the department's presentation is filled only with green color slide. In spite of that, Alan Mulally keep asking again and again, could you please let me know? We are going to lose billions of dollars this year. Could you please let me know what exactly is going on in your departments? And finally, one particular man called Mark Field, he opened that day presentation with a red color slide. The moment everybody all the heads of the department inside the room find a red color slide, everybody is convinced that Mark Field will be thrown out of the company immediately. But you know what Alan Mulally did? The moment he saw somebody is showing a red color slide, he started clapping hands. He said, this is what I'm expecting it. The next thing he did is he looked at each and every individual inside that room, all the heads of the department, and he asked, is there anybody else who can help Mark in this particular slide? The next week came. Mark is the only person who showed only one slide with red color presentation. Even after few weeks, people are literally surprised because they were convinced that Mark Field will be thrown out of the company just because he's showing something alarming. But then when everybody got the confidence that Mark Field is still in the job, when everybody was confident that Alan Mulally is just trying to help Mark Field in terms of fixing up that data in that particular slide, gradually people started showing yellow color slide, and then they have started showing a red color slide. Every time when there is a red color slide, all Alan Mulally did is he encouraged people, he clapped hands, and he was trying to fix the issue, not the people with the problem. And one day he said, you have a problem, but you are not the problem. This is how you can build trust. People inside your team should feel safe to fail. Do you have space inside your team where people can raise their hand and say, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm in need of help? Do you have space inside your team? If you can create that environment, if you can behave in such a way that the environment exists in your work environment, all you are doing is you are going in the right path towards building trust. Right? So this is how you can build trust. Remember, you are not the only person who can build trust. The other person has to offer trust to you. Why don't you try this particular model in your work environment and see how many of your team members are open enough to share their mistakes on a daily basis. If people are open enough to share their mistakes, which means that you have created a trustworthy environment. If you find people are not really interested in terms of sharing the actual details that is existing in their work, maybe you should change your behavior, not their behavior. Your behavior, fix your behavior, you can automatically increase trustworthy teams. And eventually you can change your teams into a high performance team. Thank you so much. I'll meet you in another video.